Warning: the following show contains mature content of a graphic nature, including language and violent video gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
Now we're cooking with oil. Welcome to Laggin Out, episode number 20, our last show for the season, folks. That's right, our last show of 2013. I'm sure you're heartbroken.
I'm so heartbroken right now.
Our one viewer is here. What's happening, Darkside? We'll give you. Darkside, by the way, wins our Viewer of the Year award.
I don't know. Yeah, the live viewer of the year.
Our live viewer of the year. We'll say that. Brought to you in part by Gamer Gloves. That's the what's going on.
No, that's not
brought to you by Gamer Gloves. That's visit them at thegamergloves.com. Use the coupon code LAGGINOUT, LAGGINOUT, and save yourself 15% on your next pair of gamer gloves. As you can see, this is what they look like. Got padded thumbs for you so your thumbs don't get all sore, your hands don't get all sweaty, and they're good for working out. I know Chieftain uses them to work out in. So check them out at thegamergloves.com, one of our sponsors here at Laggin Out, and also to Cursed Underground Gaming. You can visit them at CUG Live. The website will be up in 2014, and you can visit us in the meantime on Facebook. That's Cursed Underground Gaming. And if you're curious about us, folks, and you want to see what's going to all the big cool things that we're planning for next year in 2014, number one, subscribe to us here on the YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and like our Facebook page. We will still be utilizing those modicums of communication during our hiatus as we prepare for the 2014 season. And if you want to visit us on Twitter, it's twitter.com/Laggin Out, facebook.com/Laggin Out, and YouTube is youtube.com/Laggin Out. So be sure to subscribe. Leave us some comments on any of the past shows or this one tonight on the YouTube. Just try and keep it tasteful.
Click the subscribe button
and
on
click
the
the
bottom
subscribe
of your
button on the bottom of the screen.
Please.
But also, leave us a comment. Let us know what you liked. If there's some segment that we did in the past that you'd like to see more of.
Although
I didn't mention Twitch, though.
Okay,
I didn't mention it. But one thing we will tell people next year, we will be broadcasting here and simultaneously on Twitch.
Right.
On that very channel where you can go right now to ask us questions.
That is correct, sir. Hello.
So what's going on, man? We got all kinds of cool stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we have a lot of stuff. I spent $200 in video games this weekend, so I actually have some interviews
and
that I did.
All you bought was Call of Duty Ghosts, right?
Yeah, actually, I saved $10 doing that, getting the season pass. So
sure
that's always a good thing. But yeah, I got Ghost and I got Battlefield 4, and we'll talk about that at the end of the show. But I can't wait because we have a ton of stuff. I have a ton of stuff to talk about, and I'm sure FhunnyGuy does as well.
But you told them we'll talk about that later. If you say the end of the show, they might not.
Well, we'll talk about it later.
Darn, it's ending.
Rats.
We missed it, but that's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
You're the media professional, not me.
Dude, I just read copy well. So. I could be reading about stuff I know completely nothing about and still probably be able to chime in, but yeah, we got all kinds of fun stuff tonight. I guess we should start off. This is going to be kind of our new opening segment in the 2014 season. Hope you all like it. It is, and hopefully we'll have some sort of newsroom music. So until then, it's time for gaming news.
It's gaming news with FhunnyGuy. It's gaming news with FhunnyGuy.
Yeah, there you go. Now, what exactly is gaming news? Well, it's information and stuff about the world of gaming or as it relates to gaming, or as I like to call it for me myself, nerd stuff that I like to talk about from IGN. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't play Warcraft. I'm a Star Trek Online player, if anything at all, and I don't even play that very often. But apparently, there's going to be a World of Warcraft movie. Shocker.
Yeah. Following the lines of Lara Croft.
Yes, and what other great video games movies have there been? I'm trying to think.
There was a Final Fantasy one that was done all in 3D, but it went right to video. I know that.
Okay.
I know there was a Super Mario Brothers TV show with Captain Lou Albano as Mario, but off the top of my head, I can't remember. Oh, Doom. We were talking about Doom as well with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a long line.
Well, let's see here. I have the. I'm doing a little screen share here, and let me find my window again. There we go. So this is according to IGN. The Warcraft movie. I think it's funny they're calling it Warcraft, not World of Warcraft. Warcraft movie. Well, that's very true. Will include iconic game characters and locations. Lothar, and we'll probably get hate mail from the WoW fans.
Arthas.
I'm going to mispronounce everything in here.
I'll try to correct you if I know.
Durotan will star in locations like Draenor, Dalaran, Stormwind, and Ironforge were shown. Not too bad for a guy who doesn't play Warcraft, huh? At BlizzCon today, the team behind the upcoming Warcraft movie revealed first details about locations, characters, and races you can expect to see. The news came from a panel featuring Blizzard's Rob Pardo, Chris Metzen, and Nick Carpenter, along with director Duncan Jones and visual effects supervisor Bill Westenhofer. Also offered the first look at the concept art from areas including Draenor, Dalaran, Stormwind, and Ironforge, as we mentioned earlier. As far as plot, the film will be the origin story about the first contact between orcs and humans, and will include characters Lothar and Durotan. I'm assuming I'm saying that correctly, from Warcraft 2, which I vaguely remember. According to Jones, the story of the film was originally focused on humans and the Alliance side, but soon became about being a hero no matter what side you're on. Metzen explained that a huge priority was making sure that every player got to see their experience in the film, which meant representing the same balance maintained in the game. You have
they
to
can
be,
totally.
What's that?
They can do this like Lord of the Rings. Like Lord of the Rings had a lot of.
If they do it right, yeah, I agree with you. If they do it right, they could have a perpetuating. I mean, it's not like the game has gone away.
Right.
And it's not like they have been able to come up with new stories. So,
there's 3 Warcrafts, and there's World of Warcraft, and there's so much, and the stories are so awesome.
And then there's StarCraft too.
I mean, it's a franchise, and they already do the stuff like movie quality anyway, even the cinematics. And so, I mean, they could pretty much do it in-house if they wanted to.
Well, they went on to say you have to be as empathetic for orc heroes and their situation and why they're doing what they're doing as you are about anyone. Jones said, with Pardo adding, the Reg side is characters too. Metzen related the film to Marvel's Ultimate Universe, explaining how comics have an opportunity to retell stories while keeping the same characters and vibe, and the film will give the team at Blizzard an opportunity to retell a famous story but tighten some of the holes. He added that Durotan will represent the nobility of orcs who are not corrupt. To tell a story where you're really honestly telling it from both sides, especially a war film, is unusual, Jones said. The fact that we're able to get an opportunity to do that is, on a story level, breaking a few barriers. I don't think you're going to see a lot of films with that with this structure. Westenhofer explained that the film will be a hybrid of live action and CGI, calling it an extremely complex endeavor for visual effects. That he relates to Avatar meets Game of Thrones in terms of complexity. Real actors will be used for orcs, and the team is working on ILM, that's Industrial Light and Magic, to make them as emotive as any human character, and is focusing on details. One of the difficult decisions we had was what part of the lore to focus on. I know it's a long article, isn't it?
No. The thing is that you have to go through this in pre-production and highlight all the good stuff. And
well, this is the good stuff. It's just a lot of pictures. Whatever.
All right, go.
Whatever. This is
Go
what we
ahead.
do.
Just read the whole thing.
Adding that he wanted to convey what really got to the root of. We gave IGN credit.
I know.
We have been working on multiple iterations of the story for the year before and the years before when they met with Jones. And he said it was hard since the franchise has so many different races within their own story. It was a process of honing in on what the themes, the universal themes, constructing a story that sings to everyone's faction, race, and finding the touch points of the broadest themes so everybody wins. The film won't tackle off the line, staying true to the game style while also being realistic. The swords are the biggest swords humans could possibly hold, the team said. Jones wouldn't say much about the cast, but when asked if he has actors chosen, he said, yep, he sure does, adding that any of you know your lore will see there are definitely opportunities for some very strong female lead roles. He also hinted that the film will likely be PG-13, pointing to Batman as an example that was still able to push boundaries without an R rating. The Warcraft movie will start filming in 2014, set to be released December 2015. Don't expect a preview anytime soon. Maybe next year at BlizzCon. Jones suggested that they would have more to show.
I got some info, not really insider information, but as far as Blizzard is currently looking for people now, so they might be gearing up on their end too. But I haven't seen ILM gearing up on their end on the movie production side. I've seen like a long list. You know, I'm always looking at that sort of thing. That's kind of like what I do. But I saw Blizzard actually gearing up for something. So they're building their numbers. So maybe it's because they have to get assets to ILM, which is the orc models and that sort of thing. When I say assets, I mean like environments, characters, that sort of thing. And you know, when two companies are working together, they're not exactly going to work in sync, and they got to get their pipelines all lined up so that way everything works like a really clean assembly line. So that's what I'm thinking. So I think they might be doing it right. They're gearing up. They're getting a lot of people, and they want to do it right.
So let me ask you this. I hope they don't screw it up. Are you more of a Star Trek or a Star Wars guy?
You know what? I like more Star Wars, but I'm not one of those Star Wars guys that says F you to Star Trek, because Star Trek I like The Next Generation. I like Deep Space Nine. I like Voyager. I love Seven of Nine. She's so hot. But I like, it depends on the mood I'm in. I'm more in the Star Wars type of genre right now because of what's going on, and I'm really excited about. Hopefully they don't screw it up. But I'm more a Star Wars guy.
Well, let me preface our next story with Star Wars Episode 7 does get a release date. We're going to talk about that in a second. Folks, if you're liking our show, when you go to our website, which is also going to get a remake for 2014, and the link will still be there, and you would like to throw a little donation our way. You know, it takes a lot of time and effort and equipment to put a show together. You can donate to Laggin Out by simply going to laginout.com and going and scrolling down the page to click the Laggin donate button through PayPal. Got a couple other things, though. So let's talk about this. Star Wars Episode 7? Is that right? 7?
That is correct.
7?
It's after the Return of the Jedi.
Okay, it's supposed to get a release date. Star Wars Episode, this according to IGN, it has an official release date, Star Wars Episode 7. Lucasfilm and Disney revealed today that J.J. Abrams' Star Wars sequel, the first installment in a new trilogy, will in fact be released in 2015. December 18th, 2015 to be exact. Wow, that's interesting. This comes after much fretting in the press about whether or not the film would be pushed to 2016, on the heels of news about the Episode 7 script being overhauled. Pre-production is said to be in full swing right now. Shooting is expected to start in spring of 2014 at Pinewood Studios. I think that's over in Europe. We're very excited to share the official 2015 release.
So there's no Americans working on it.
Episode 7. Yeah, I know. One of our greatest exports to the movie world, where it will not only anchor the popular holiday film-going season, but also ensure our extraordinary filmmaking team has the time needed to deliver a sensational picture, said Alan Horn, chairman of the Walt Disney Studios. And by the way, in the boilerplate from the announcement, only Abrams and Lawrence Kasdan Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, which is good news for you Star Wars fans because Empire rules, are listed as the writers. So does that mean Episode 7 scripter Michael Arndt won't get a story credit? They kind of say that's a bummer. That's according to IGN. Now to follow that up, I guess shortly after that, JJ, according to IGN, again, thank you, we love you, IGN. According to JJ Abrams.
I'm reading what Darkseid's saying on Twitch.
Oh, are you? That's
great.
You
want to hear what he said?
You get to have all
he did was go to the website and read straight from the news. I could have done that on my own.
Yeah, okay.
He's giving you crap.
So this was on November 7th. Star Wars Episode 7 director J.J. Abrams shed some light on the decision to remove Toy Story 3 scribe Michael Arndt as the primary screenwriter on the upcoming Star Wars film. Instead, Empire Strikes Back writer Lawrence Kasdan and Abrams are taking over the scripting duties. According to Abrams, it was just a matter of timing. I call bullshit on that. They want to make sure it's
shenanigans.
Good. I hate to say it, as much as the guy who wrote Toy Story might be a fan of Star Wars, you get the guy who wrote Empire, man. Like, that's a good thing. That's
the best one out of all of them.
That's a good thing. It said it became clear that the time frame given in the process and the way the thing was going, they're working with Larry in this way wasn't going to get us where we need to be and when we needed to be, the director said on a conference call. Working with Michael was a wonderful experience, blah, blah, blah. Truth is, Michael, you got shit canned because the guy who wrote Empire was like, hi, here I am. Let's write another humdinger of a movie. So,
I've been there.
Now, there is rumors, according to IGN here, it's at the end, I'll skip a paragraph so it doesn't seem like I read the whole paragraph. It is believed that Star Wars Episode 7 will usher in a new generation villain of... God, does anybody proofread these? It is believed that Star Wars Episode 7 will usher in a new generation of villains and heroes with a possible focus on the children of the Solos and the Skywalkers, though a new casting call may indicate otherwise. Appearances by Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford are rumored, though. Production will likely begin early next year with the film hitting theaters in 2015. I think they ought to have Chewbacca in there because Peter Mayhew had to go on Kickstarter to raise money for new knees.
Yeah, I think he might be in it, too.
Yeah,
I think they're providing orange juice and walkers with the tennis balls on them, so that way they can get across.
It's sad to say, and they did this right with Star Trek. Right. I hate talking like this about my childhood, movie icons, but they're not getting any younger, and they did the right thing with Star Trek by having all those guys and gals do those movies together, all those different movies, and it allowed them to sort of reboot the universe with the new stuff, which is really good. I like it a lot. So I hope that they're kind of doing the same thing with Star Wars, but I think while all of the cast is still here, everybody should get some sort of a cameo. I mean, even Billy D. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, let's.
Is he still around?
For an NS. Oh yeah, I think he does Colt 45 commercials still. What do you think I was talking about? C-3PO?
No, let's just drop it.
No, I want to know.
I was thinking of the guy who was R2-D2. I can't think of his name.
That's Kenny Baker.
Kenny Baker. Okay.
Oh, I know the whole cast. I know the whole cast. I don't know who played the Emperor, but it's been a couple different people because the guy who played him in either Empire or Jedi passed away. And with the holiday season upon us, unfortunately, we won't be doing any shows until after the holiday season to give you our full report on these types of things. No word from, I guess, on the Xbox yet, but...
PlayStation 4 lineup.
PlayStation 4 lineup is up to 23 titles. According to Game Informer, that's GameInformer.com, first-party titles include, I'm just going to read the list off.
And clear your throat.
Flower, Killzone, Shadowfall, which I played Killzone on the PS3, good game. Knack, Resogun, Sound Shapes. Third-party titles, Angry Birds, Star Wars. Shockers and Angry Birds. That actually could be pretty fun. I like Angry Birds.
Angry
Assassin's
Birds
Creed 4, Black Flag. That ought to be good. Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghost, DC Universe Online. Very interested to see that myself.
Yeah, me too.
FIFA 14, Injustice, Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. I'm assuming a superhero game. Just
Well,
Dance.
yeah, because it was released in the summertime, so they might be rebooting it and adding some stuff to it and re-releasing it for this 4.
Just Dance 2014, which I will never do with a gaming system. Lego Marvel Superheroes, which I would play on any platform.
So you play Lego Marvel Superheroes, but you won't do a dancing show.
No, I'm not good at them.
Well, so you shouldn't do anything then that you're not good at? I'm not good at this show, but I do it.
I don't know about all that, but...
Go ahead.
Let me go back here.
There's the independent ones, too, so...
NBA 2K14, Need for Speed Rivals.
Yes.
Skylanders Swap Force. Indie titles include Blacklight Retribution, Contrast, Super Motherload, Trin,
Side-scroller.
2, The Complete Story, and Warframe. So, sounds like PlayStation's trying to gear up to kick a little Microsoft butt.
Yeah, they have a lot of releases. Some of them are reboots from, like Black Flag's already been released, but I'm sure it's going to look really nice on the PS4.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
So, I don't know.
Why wouldn't it?
But,
why wouldn't it?
Exactly. And I know that the one is going to be in 720, but I'm not sure what the PlayStation 4 is going to show up.
They're all going to play in 1080. Let's not split hairs here. If these boxes don't play in 1080 for $500, I don't want one.
I was told it's just going 720. From some sources I've talked to.
I seriously doubt those rumors.
All right. Well, you can doubt them all day.
I wouldn't spend $500 on a game system if it's not going to play in 1080. That's for sure. So, that's that.
Yeah.
Folks, you are watching Laggin Out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube. You can follow us at twitter.com/lagginout, facebook.com/lagginout, and you can also catch us on twitch.tv/laggin. Is it under laggin-out? We are time for a little sponsor plug. What? Yeah. No, I don't do that. We are sponsored by Cursed Underground Gaming. You can visit them at facebook.com/Cursed Underground Gaming. You can also check out one of our official sponsors, Gamer Gloves. Get your next pair of Gamer Gloves at thegamergloves.com. Save 15% on your next pair by using the coupon code LAGGINOUT, LAGGINOUT, at the bottom of your screen there. Also, if you would like to inquire about being a sponsor on the show, got questions, comments, concerns, you can email us at lagginout@gmail.com. We're looking for all kinds of sponsors from third-party peripherals. We'll review your games. I want to be interviewed on the show. Are you a pro gamer? Do you work in the industry? Drop us a line, lagginout@gmail.com. We have different levels of sponsorship. They get you mentions not only on the air, but advertising on the website, Facebook, etc., etc.
We have many different packages. I think we have 5 different packages.
Something like that, yeah. 5 different sponsorship packages. And if you don't have a product to sell or anything like that, you just want to give us some money, you can go to lagginout.com, scroll down the page because it's 2013 and we still need to tell people to scroll.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I remember that from the last show.
Yeah, you're a smart ass. I heard it 3 times during the editing.
You can click on it, this button right here, and you just send it to lagginout@gmail.com, and everything goes towards capture cards, that sort of thing. I'm having a hard time running the cameras tonight with this new Google.
I really hope it's going
interface.
Back and forth.
Yeah, me too.
Well, see, guys, Google Hangouts actually switched it on us on our last show. So
on our last show, at least what we'll do before we start the 2014 season, we'll go on a week before and just make sure everything looks cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. Which brings us to part of our don't forget, next year when we come back, we're going to have more of Name That Game, more King of Games, More what
Scratches my
scratches my
disc.
disc with Draco, and we're looking for that ever elusive third female co-host, and we're in the talks with a few people. So there may be three of
Right.
us here, and we
Right.
may go to every week. I don't know if we're going to stick with every other week. Like I said, you're going to have to go to the website, keep up with us on Facebook. We're not disappearing. We're just going and getting our proverbial shit together.
Not to
So
call you on this, but on the new website, is there going to be like a blog section where people
yes,
can
we'll have a
put
place.
threads on there and stuff?
Each one of us will have our own section that we can blog in each and every day, every week, however often you want to.
I was going along the lines
I'm
of
working
people
on
actually
it
posting
anyway.
stuff. I'm just
No,
asking.
no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
sure
no,
if
no,
we're
no. A
doing that.
blog is something that we write,
All right,
and then
now I'm
people
not
can
talking.
leave
I'm talking
comments
about.
based on what we're posting.
I'm talking about threads and stuff for community.
You talking about a bulletin board?
Like what's that?
You're talking about a BBS
Yeah.
bulletin board.
Yes.
Bulletin board,
Sorry,
maybe.
bulletin
We'll
board.
see. I have to find a freebie somewhere.
Okay. I like the price of that.
Yeah, we're looking for a hosting company for sponsorship. We can mention you every time on the show, 3 times, because that was free hosting. In fact, I have a place I'm thinking about reaching out to.
Oh, really?
Anyway, nonetheless, yeah.
Are you actually going to do it, or are you going to make me do it?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let me build the website first there. And coming up in 2014, which we're actually going to probably start. Are we going to start this before 2014, or are we going to wait until after the new year?
We can talk about it. We're the crew, the whole crew. There's not just the two of us. There's like at least 5 or 6 of us on the Lagging Out crew. There's a lot of people that make this show happen. We're just the ugly faces in front of the company. But what we're thinking about doing is a community night on either Xbox One or Xbox Live.
A company that makes no money, I might add, just for the record.
We are a limited liability corporation, technically, but we're not making any money. But that's okay, because you got to spend money to make money, apparently.
Right.
But I've been spending a lot of money and not getting a lot in return. So, but we do that. We're going to have a couple of these sponsors.
Maybe we
next
should
year.
be doing a sports talk show.
Yeah, I know. Well, who's going to organize that? Me again? I know we're going to take a break so that way I can go to the psychiatrist and get off the ledge here.
Oh, okay.
But what we're talking about, we're getting off subject here, is we're going to do a community game night, Lagging Out. We're going to call it Lagging Out Late Night. A lot of little alliteration there for you. Maybe we'll play some Call of Duty Ghosts with you guys, maybe some Battlefield 4. Want to hang out with Funny Guy and myself. And some Grand Theft Auto, and maybe some of our new sponsors want to come in there and actually play some games with us. And I would stay tuned on our Facebook page for more information. As more information comes to hand, we will send it straight to you guys. Make sure, don't forget to like our page as well. There'll be a lot of questions posted up. Rising Corpse is doing a great job as our admin on there. We'll see. It's a tentative date.
Facebook page. That's facebook.com/lagginout. So I guess on to our kind of last thing of the night here, which I was reading over this, and you didn't mention one thing on here about the one thing that I really like, which I'm going to rope you into the conversation about. Okay. Once you've kind of done this here, so I'm sure a lot of us have been anticipating, keep it nice, Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty Ghosts have basically been released.
Yep.
So we've got the Chieftain here wants to talk. First, let's talk about Battlefield 4. I know you're not really a Battlefield player. I have been in the past and still, of course, am. I don't have the game yet.
Okay.
But what did you think of it? What did you think of it?
It's very different. I liked it. It's a little bit different. I don't know how to articulate it in a way that makes sense, but it seems more like realistic warfare. You have the ability to fly helicopters and tanks and strikers. I like to call them strikers. They're the 6-wheeled medium armor trucks, regular 2.5-ton trucks, and then maps are absolutely huge, and they're beautiful. I have trouble killing people, of course, because I'm used to running and gunning in Call of Duty. So I had to learn how to sit back a little bit and be patient. And the characters seem more versatile, in my opinion. You're able to swim. You're able to swim. You have a lot of loadouts for there and different options. I played. I don't know what the game types I played. It's similar to Domination in Call of Duty, and I enjoyed it. I don't play it enough because there's not enough people on my friends list that will play it. But I liked it, and you're the one who actually convinced me to buy it, so I bought it, and I actually like it. It's a different type of first-person shooter.
It's a different kind of first-person shooter. That's why I just said, if you want to take a break or want something that's a little bit different, I'll get the game eventually here and catch up with it and play a little. Let me go. Do you mind? Do you want me to read through this list of the maps and the new ghosts, or do you want to do?
Oh, I just wrote them down as an.
And then, more importantly, about a week ago, Call of Duty Ghosts dropped.
Yes.
So I know both of us have been playing that.
Let me know if you'll just stop me if I have to. But Funny Guy introduced me to a new game type called Extinction, which he's like, you gotta try this.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I wrote it down. It's not in the notes, but I wrote it down and it's in front of me. And I had a feeling you were going to be talking about it, but I didn't mean to take that out of your mouth there. No pun intended. But
that's okay, because I had a lot of fun when we were working on it. We'll get to the end. Don't worry.
All right, cool. Extinction. It's kind of like
2014.
It's kind of like zombies on crack. Basically, you get dropped into a zone where it's totally overrun with aliens, and you have 4 different people that are playing it. You could be a medic, you can be an ammo guy, you can set up your team however you want. And there's 20 different levels, and there's a bunch of little places called hives. The hives are the places where the aliens come out and they attack you. Now, you have a drill, and you have to go into the actual hive and drill and destroy each hive. Now, when you destroy the hive, hordes of aliens come from everywhere and try to kill you, try to destroy the hive. And you have engineers that if they fix something like the drill itself, you have an engineer that actually does it themselves, and then you give the person cover. It's a total team game. A lot of strategy involved. There is in zombies as well, but I find this more fun than zombies. Zombies is just not my cup of tea. I enjoy this a lot more, and it's a lot more fast-paced, and I particularly enjoyed it. Was I accurate in the description?
Yeah. So you like it? So you like it for its squad-based tactics.
Right. Everyone's got a particular job.
Everybody's got a job to do, and you have to work as a team. And if you don't work as a team, you're just not going to get through it.
Right.
So, now,
which is funny.
there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
13
8, 9,
plus
10, 11, 12, 13, 14 maps, including the pre-order download
for the multiplayer.
For the multiplayer, yes.
That is a lot of maps to come with a game.
Yeah, I think it is. I think there is. I think that's a lot of maps.
What's your favorite?
I don't really know if I have a favorite. One of the ones that particularly does appeal to me, that sticks out in my head, I should say, is Stonehaven. The description of it being
Skyrim.
Fight amidst a ruined castle in the Scottish Highlands. Open layout allows for long-distance engagements. Well, one, I like the snipe, and two, very reminiscent of a lot of the World War II Call of Duty multiplayer maps for me. To me, it was kind of like, I feel like I'm kind of getting thrown back a little bit, kind of going back in time. So I thought that map's kind of cool.
Ghost is only supposed to be in 720, Darkside said. All others, unless stated, should be 1080.
I have no idea.
That's what he said. So, thank you, Darkside. But yeah, I agree. I like Stonehaven. I'm not a big sniper, but I'm gonna disclose everything. I'm gonna disclose this to our fans. I had to make adjustments in this game.
Yeah.
I'm forced to because everyone else is doing it. The maps are beautiful. They're like 3-4 levels. There's a lot of places to hide. There's a lot of places to duck. There's a lot of places to camp. So I had to make an adjustment in my gameplay. I have to strategically place myself in areas now because I don't get shot in the back.
So you're starting to camp, is that what you're saying?
I'm starting to strategically place myself so I don't get shot in the back.
That's how it goes.
Yep, and by doing so, our team that we play with are doing very well because we have the couple of guys that are still able to run and gun, but the maps are so well made that there are a lot of little chasms, and no pun intended, because that's the name of the map. There's a lot of places to set up, or like you would like to say in the game, post up in maps. So they kind of force my hand. I'm using assault rifles with the automatic. It was called a target finder in Black Ops 2.
You're thinking of the MMS.
Yeah, it was I'm using that MMS site. So I'm just waiting for people coming around corners, and I'm popping them in the head, and then our teammates are grabbing medals because I'm playing a lot of hardcore.
Yeah.
But my favorite, I have a favorite map.
We'll be doing in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Actually, I have to do a few things, and then we'll keep going.
My least favorite map is Whiteout. I'm not really a fan of it. Because I can't pick up people as well as I should. I'm just frustrated. The maps are beautiful, but
I think they've done the camouflage system better than in the past. I think it works a lot better. I do. It works better. That's just plain and simple, I think. Which on a white map with a bunch of dudes running around in white outfits, yeah, it's going to be hard to see.
Freight is my favorite, though.
I like Freight, too. Freight's a fun map because it's...
Freight's fun.
You know, you fight over the middle. You know?
Right. You fight over... Yeah. You fight over the middle in the 3-story. Yeah. I know there was like a bunch of us in the 3-story. I love the dog kill streaks. I like that.
What's your favorite kill streak?
Oh, so far... I used the Hind once. I want to use the Vulture to see how it is, but I'm not a fan of the conversion to the from the UAV to the SATCOM. I'm not a fan of that, but I'm getting used to it. So it's kind of like you're so used to looking in the air and shooting a UAV down. Now the SATCOMs are localized, and I guess if you have an engineer class, it's easier to find them. But it's frustrating. I love the dogs because I'm a dog person anyway. So I named my dog Shotzi 2. So since it's a German Shepherd, I gave it a German name. I like using that dog because they're harder to kill, which is a good thing, and it's like a double-edged sword. I don't like getting attacked by the dogs, but I like using them. So, and I'm always sad when they die. They have that little squeak, and I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
But what's your favorite, Funny Guy? What's your favorite kill streak?
I like the Vulture and the Griffin. I'll tell you, I've discovered with a run and gun class and a dog and a Vulture, you're pretty a boss.
You're unstoppable.
Yeah, you can be pretty unstoppable. I like it though; it's fun. I gotta unlock more stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff unlocked right now, so it's tough to say.
I just got the 4th assault rifle, the AK-12. Started using that, and I put a foregrip on it, and it doesn't have a lot of kick. And that, I don't know if you use a lot of assault rifles, but that one's really nice. And I like the fact that there's a point system for the perks. That's really cool. That's a really cool change. And I'm flushed. I'm no prestiges. What am I going to do? I'm trying to figure this out. And
you unlock your new dudes.
You unlock new characters, and you can rename the characters. You can make them females or males. So it's cool. So
I like that aspect.
More sexism because of that, because I hear that in the rooms a lot. You know what? Girls can fight too, like the boys can. So.
Hey, let me tell you, I like the in multiplayer the AI. Well, not the AI, but like the player characters call out the positions.
Right. That's a great point. Yeah, I like that as well, and they're accurate. Like you hear it in your headset where. Yeah. Someone on railroad, da 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 da, and it's the guy. It's like, oh my god!
You look down there, and there's a guy there.
That's great. I love that. I love that little perk. That's my favorite. I tried the Hind. Have you tried the Hind kill streak yet?
Yes.
What do you think of that?
I like it.
You like
it better when I'm the pilot, but I like it.
Oh, okay.
It works. It drops bombs and shoots people.
Oh yeah, that's right. It does. Yeah. I only got
some really good games using some of the stuff we're discussing. So.
Oh yeah, and once we figured it out, we were able to hold down. We were able to hold down spots and stuff. I just wish you could play search and rescue, hardcore, team deathmatch, and then kill confirmed on the hardcore side. But then you have a dozen different game types on the core side. I just wished some of that stuff would come over, and hopefully they will. But I was playing some of the core stuff, and the core is actually, it's a little easier to kill people than in games past. So you're able to pop people and kill them in core. You don't have to put a half a magazine inside somebody to kill them. You can actually get a shot and they will die. I think that's a good thing. There's some of those new game types I haven't tried. Rush. Rush drives me crazy. That like pumps up my blood pressure, and I have anxiety attacks when I play it. I can't play it. Of course, with some game releases, you're going to have some bugs. Some stuff they're going to fix, some stuff they're not. But I mean, when you get a game, there's always going to be shippable bugs, and there's going to be bugs that they can't fix. One of the things I wish they would work on a little bit more is the spawning system. I wish it was more like the Battlefield spawning system, where you're able to place yourself. And I wish there were vehicles. That was two things I would love to have there. That would be pretty awesome. But they're almost there.
Well, there you have it, everybody, for the last show of the year.
Was that a good analysis?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Yeah, it was very good. Yes.
Okay.
I think that covers everything, man. 4 pages of shit, and we got through it.
Yep. And also, we'd like to thank the people that went to Gamecom this a couple of weeks ago and picked up some of our Laggin Out pins. We appreciate. We only had like 6 or 7 left out of like 500.
I think we should also take this time to thank everybody who's helped participate over the last year to help make the show possible, including Quicksilver, Rising Corpse, Darkside Drums, Zombie Killer,
Pink Power Ranger,
AG Rio.
Right, Rio. Thank you so much for watching, Rio. Killer Twilight's Twilight's wife. Some of the gamers that we play with.
Who else is out there?
We're sorry if we're missing out on some of you guys. Praxis
Giggity
Hunter,
Girl, Praxis Hunter,
Drunk Renegade,
FTP Reaper.
Let's see, Drunken Mimi.
You know, these are the people that help keep the show going, and you know, to all the people that help make the show happen each and every week. We want to thank you.
Yes.
We're not going away for the next 2 months, but we are not going to be broadcasting, but we are going to be putting stuff up on Twitter.
We'll be putting stuff on YouTube as well.
And YouTube. I would like to say also, keep an eye out there. We'll post our first broadcast, what the date will be in January, probably around the holiday season.
Also, watch it the next 3 weeks. I had an interview for a midnight release of Call of Duty Ghosts. I interviewed a couple of people. I'm going to cut that together, and I'll put that on our page. And if you're looking for information about Lagging Out, you can go to our Facebook page and see what's going on. Check out some cool cosplay pictures. We ask you guys questions. Which game you like better? Or we'll have a question of the day. Or what's your favorite game? Or anything. Like, just
don't forget on YouTube to subscribe, give us a like, leave us a comment, follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff. Okay. I think that's it, man.
That's it.
Congratulations. We made 20 episodes. We now have a full volume 1.
Yep.
And
which will be on iTunes, hopefully.
Patting myself on the back there.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah. Oh, my. I'm old. I hurt something. I pulled a muscle. And a special thanks to Cursed Underground Gaming, as well as Gamer Gloves. Don't forget to visit them at thegamergloves.com. From now through the holiday season, use the coupon code LAGGINOUT. Save 15% on your next pair of Gamer Gloves. If you want to keep up with me, you can visit my website. It's funnyguy.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at funnyguy, on Instagram at funnyguy, and youtube.com/user/funnyguy. And if you got a beef with the chief,
which everyone does.
Did you catch a camper? You can email him at chieftainxi@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to go like his fan page, facebook.com/chieftainxi, and on Twitter at chieftainxi. And I think that's about it, man.
Yep. On behalf of Funny Guy and myself, we thank you for watching Lagging Out, and we will see you in 2014. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Lagging. Show.